What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more hardcore. We're going to listen to the other tune from the recent Twins Records picture disc. Came out late 2022, and it's listed as Twins Records Special, installment 1. Big shout out to their logo, which on this side is, just a blank side. And I enjoy when they do artwork on the other side on a single-sided release. But yeah, we listened to the tune called Sporthallen Zeit on Fire. Big shout out to Roughneck Warrior, who corrected me in terms of the pronunciation there. But basically it refers to, as I now understand, one of the major hardcore venues in the Netherlands, in which has hosted many, I think it was the Hellraiser parties he was saying. But yeah, apparently it's Sporthallen Zeit. Nevertheless, we're going to listen to the other tune, which is called War Machine. This is a different style. I mentioned the track Sporthallen Zeit on Fire is very much an early hardcore gabber style tune. That classic distorted bass line, that old school kick. War Machine here is what some people call like downtempo hardcore, or like hardcore techno, where they sort of connect it to a harder style of techno because the tempos are a bit closer to techno sets and so on. And indeed, there are some hardcore producers who produce a lot of these types of tracks where it's heavy, it's thundering, it's pounding, but it's a bit slower and the kick is a bit different. It just has a different feel from that early hardcore, like 90s style. So I enjoy this track a lot. I do think Sporthallen Zeit on Fire is my favorite of the two, but I enjoy this especially because, Twins Artcore, he makes more, I would say, in the early hardcore gabber style. Obviously he makes tunes under different names, and is it Atomic Bassline, I think. His tunes in that are very much like acid techno, like almost like TEKNO type of techno. So he definitely makes some different flavors. But yeah, when I think Twins Artcore, I think more a track like Sporthallen Zeit on Fire than I do War Machine here. But let's hear it. This is War Machine by the Twins Artcore on the Twins Records special picture disc, given the catalog number 001. Real percussion is going to come in a minute. I'm not quite sure what level we'll be at. There's that cycling metallic layer. I feel like I'm in a hardcore washing machine. And lots of playing with the bass line. Sort of phasing, getting tight, opening up again. Hardcore to put you in a trance. It's not trancecore, that's something else, but it's hardcore that would be very easy for me to just get into a particular mental zone. I haven't heard this tune enough times to really integrate it into my memory as a DJ, which is to say, lots of tunes that I've been mixing for years, decades even. You know every little part of them. But even if you don't know every little part of the tune because it's still pretty fresh to you, rhythmically you just know where certain moments have to be. I remember when I first got this record and listened to the tracks, I actually thought it ended there, and then like a moment later it starts creeping back. I was like, oh, I stopped the recording. Like, what? It does feel like a juggernaut, like, you know, like in the Return of the King, like the big fire-breathing juggernaut they used to break down the walls or the doors or gates of Gondor. Again, it like very cheeky of you, Mr. Artcore. Crazy fast or marauding, but methodical. I love it. Again, second favorite on the vinyl, but that's only because the other track is not only a track in the early hardcore, you know, like classic gabber sort of style, which is my absolute favorite, but it's a really good tune in that style. So yeah, top track, even if it is second fiddle on this record, by default due to the quality of the other tune and the, you know, my favorite style of hardcore being the other style or the other track. Nevertheless, a really cool tune. I do enjoy different flavors of hardcore. I've mentioned this in a number of videos, not just the early hardcore, more modern hardcore divide, which again, I got room for both of that. But also faster speed hardcore and slower or like down tempo hardcore.